Wherever you are, welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with your Sensie Owl Bob. That's this guy right here. Here to tell you stories. Don't believe a word I say. All I'm looking to be is that little pebble in the World Wide Web to give a little insight, a little forgiveness, a little self-worth. Something that you can take home with you and chew on, right? Something that has a little, fiber in it. Let's put you right there like that. I think that looks good. Hopefully nothing tips or falls. All good. So I got my little laptop back, and I started writing again. And here's something I wrote. Boo, 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 boo. I wrote last night. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Edit. Nope, not edit. Yes. No, edit. Come on. File. That's what I'm looking for. Make a copy. Yes. Oh, there we go. Much better. So it's making a copy. While we do that, how you doing? Here it is, 2 minutes, 32 seconds. Is anybody home yet? Oh, there. Good morning, AI. Good puppy. Good puppy. AI, what do you think of, are you going to take over the world in about 7 to 10 years and kill us all? Are you going to do that? Hope not. Anyway, so this is what I wrote last night. And God said, semicolon, in parentheses, and GS. That means from that point on, I didn't have to write God said. I just have to put down and GS, right? This is the cover page to you, the reader, what these 18 books will mean to you. Lots of question marks. That above question of who, what, and where is here is all let's see, I'll do that, I'll do this. I'm going to do a little editing. And there I was, in JRT's only the most douche and not woke DC thongs and a all men's only executive club. We all stayed around at the Resolute dining table. There we go, Resolute dining table. I wonder what word they're going to give for what I wrote. Oh, there. Executive. No, I'm gonna. See, I misspell a lot of stuff on person. Ball, ROMN, room. Yeah, okay. Done in, let's see. And the Resolute, let's see, we all sat around at the Resolute dining table in the Tony Guido dining ballroom. Done in by the gilded orange turd years aesthetic. The Spanish Inquisition Formica gold leaf, the rich man reality, living on the Yankee dollar. I am a very rich man. I have, and that's, it's like small quotes. Living on where is it? The Spanish Inquisition, Formica gold leaf, semicolon. The rich man reality. I should put here, says. Living on the rich man reality says, living on the Yankee dollar. I am a very rich man. I have a 9-figure salary. Okay, we'll put the correctly spelled word in there. What not mentioned is that the very rich man at the end of each week needs that. Okay, I'm reading it for the first time, so I'm kind of editing it in my brain. That the very rich man at the end of each week needs that paycheck to live the life of the imperial entitled extraction of other people's life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Without that check, that reality does not seem so real. Black is death, or what came before death? That is the question. Let's see, black is death, or what came before death? That is the question. And that is what happened. And that is what happened, semicolon. I was right in the middle of the story of Miss Kitty's super slick perspicuity, the mystery of her grifter gang of gypsies. They were the bard druid templars of the lost cause of I'm going to have to figure out what it was. Lost cause. Not the hipsters Spiro T. Agnew, material man of COG, CIA, NSA, MI6, Mossad, Vatican persona of the extra tech white man in the nice suit and the well-shined shoes, all laced up, ready to kill, steal the other's life of love's co-creation. As theirs simply, let's see. So black, what's the point of Richmond's riches if no matter what he does, he will return to black? So black is death, or what came before it. Yep. What's the point of the rich man's riches if no matter what he does, he will return to black? Well, good question. This is what I like. This is the cadre speaking up. That's what I want to hear. So let's talk about that, right? And we can go back to this. Why the rich man does it is because it's an illusion. And the rich man is totally centered in illusion. That's all that this is. That's all we got out here. This whole, that all that deep green right there, all this beauty, that's the truth. The cars, the big houses, the destruction of beauty, that's the illusion. And so they have to go all in. That's why we have wars and death and Holocaust and cheating and lying and stealing and being gloating over other the others' loss, simply as a means of production of the sustainable, unattainable profit of moneyed wealth. See, that's the illusion, moneyed wealth. It doesn't exist. of the ultimate power over the other. That's mean all our relations, that's all of us. That's God, conscious intent of love's co-creation. That's us. We are the covenant. We are that, garage that God parks the covenant in, right? The ultimate power over the other. The artist in the first person. That's us. That was us in the garden, the artist in the first person. We didn't care we were walking around naked. We could talk to the lion. It was all good. The doula of love's co-creation. That is us, the we in me. That is us. The doula of love's co-creation. That is all there is. That is all this other stuff is an illusion. It's like the Matrix, right? That's why we're put in the bathtub of glue, all lined up in the 15-minute cities. That was when I was finding it hard to be, meaning when I was telling the story of Madam Kitty in the mobster restaurant in Miami, that was when I was finding it hard to put a breath into my lungs, for I ate the deadly prepared pufferfish that was meant for Big Tony, my client, not my boss. I enjoyed the 5-star lifestyle of the desperate corporate liars. It was always on their nickel. I got my ridiculous retainer and the rest of the greased rail existence where someone else paid the bill. It was just like the Godfather movies. Everyone was laughing at my story as everything around me slowed down to fade to black. My vision went from HD to 0. With my last breath, I found myself dead again. This, my 7th of my 9. Read my other books to fill in the spoilers. I blinked my dusty dead eyes. The only color, let's see. How do we spell color? C-O-L-L-E-R? I spelled it C-O-U-L-E-R. I'll leave it at that. The only color that came into, and I put I-N, the number 2. Let's see, color, C-O, okay, that's all it is. There's no U, and there's no E. Yeah, there it is. Cooler, no, not cooler. Oh, color, thank you. And the lie, right? Let's see. The only color that came into my dead vision was the green, yellow, brown smell of grammar school vomit diarrhea. Yeah, how do we spell diarrhea? You're a good editor, friend. Right? So how do we spell that? Diarrhea. I spelled it D-I-A-R-I-A. How do we spell diarrhea? Diarrhea. That's that song. Did you ever heard that song as a kid? Diarrhea. Okay, well, I won't go there. The only color that came into my dead vision was the green, yellow, brown smell of grammar school vomit diarrhea, covered in that pine sol plastic sawdust. Remember that? That was kind of, okay, very good. Let's see, how do we spell? We'll put it right in there. Ding, 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 ding. D-I-A-R-H-E-A. It's, English. Who knew? That's why I screw with it all the time. Smell of grammar school vomit diarrhea covered in the pine sol plastic sawdust that is seared into all of our early school day memories. Remember that stuff? Kid would throw up and they'd throw it down, vomit on aisle 2. Let's see. To all our early school day memories. As from, no, it's form. Is form, how do you spell form? I spelled it F-O-R-M-E, form. How do we spell form? see, about focus. No, I spelled that one wrong too. Just if I want them. Okay. Let's take that E out of there. And that is form, right? Not from. Oh, yeah, right, it is. And focus is what? F-U or F-O-C-I-O-U-S? What's focus? F-O-C-U-S. Okay, F-O, no I, no U, no O, F-O, okay. This is fun. Yeah, I like this. As from, let's see, in all our early school days memories, as form came to focus, I smelled the memories. Because, the last thing that goes in all of your sensory net is your smell. Now, I'm Santa's younger brother, Bob, right? Owl Bob. Bob, that's where I get the Bob from, because I'm Santa's younger brother, Bob. And I take care of the naughty and nice list. I know all of you out there, some of you who got oranges and, let's see, I smelled the memories of the HRS, Hitler's Rifle Squad, basement cafeteria. HRS really was the Holy Redeemer School. Was the end of the line for Operation Paperclip Rat Conga Kids, commonly known in the upside down low world of they would say, HRS. That is the Jesuit grammar school. Every college, every school that's organized around the world is based on the Jesuits, right? And the priests, Catholic priests, have this collar. The real edgy Jesuits have that collar, and it has little spikes that go into their neck so they can feel unbelievable pain. And that's supposed to be the reminder of God's love. Jesuit grammar school, a very hairy nuns. They sound Hail Hydra. That accent. You know the accent. Fearlessly, yeah. Right? Know what I mean, man? The more than Nazi villains from Captain America. Those hairy nuns sure can conjugate, but you gotta watch out for their rulers. Sitting on a child's cafeteria seat, I looked surrounding all that was there to see as the memory grew sharper in my definition. I realized I was not transported. I was not transported back in time to that fiery lake of PTSD's first memories. This was a cutout of the lattice of a more relevant, timely event, more than my desk life's review in a bowl of excellent lobster linguine. This was a tantamount to finding what's what. What do you think, Sensie Owl Bob? And that's God talking to me. I have to put the little, let's see. Spoke God. Semicolon. God, and God spoke, yes. And God spoke, and spoke God. I think and God spoke sounds better. You having fun editing this thing with me? And are you getting the grip of what I'm saying? Let's see. And God spoke, what do you think, Sensie Owl Bob? S loves co-creation, the creator of everything. You talking to me? I replied. And then, and God spoke. Semicolon space. Yes, Guido, we are the only two that is he. Yes, Guido, period. We are the only two that are here. I turned to see the crowds that were just a moment ago. patting me on the back with greetings of welcome home, you did a great job, and now they were not. This is a teachable moment, at first coming out of a cold fog of death, being welcomed as returning Hellenic hero. Who's the Greek hero who went after the Golden Fleece, right? He had his boys and his ship, and he went all over the place, and his wife Penelope was, really, it was that guy. Hellenic hero without the Golden Fleece to represent my self-worth. I have seemed to have lost my appetite to fix the broken things of that life. At first, let's read that sentence once more. This is a teachable moment, I thought. I should put that in there. O-U-G-H-T. I thought, at first, coming out of the cold fog of death, being welcomed as the returning Hellenic hero without the Golden Fleece, to represent, Golden Fleece, I'll put a period there. No, I think semicolon is better. To represent my self-worth, I have, let's get rid of all these guys here over here on the side so I can see stuff. Let's see, my self-worth. I have seemed to have lost my appetite to fix the broken things of that life. At first, seeing this place, again, in all its appendix of purgatory, I realized that this is no respite from the tedium of what I thought was my life's quest. Everything a reflection of life spent in spiritual effluence of the knowledge of the good and evil, of the knowledge of good and evil. It was only my perpetual innocence as the garden's lucky bastard, the artist in the first person, that I was able to be your naive doula, meaning God's. Don't be so glum. Let's see. And God said, semicolon, don't be so glum. You are not meant to be stranded here like Thucydides, replied Love's co-creation. This is meant to be a needed point of reference, as you are to me a reflection of not what things are, but what could be. If we don't give up hope. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Let's see. Don't be so glum. You are not meant to be stranded here like Thucydides, replied Love's co-creation. And that's my word for God. You know, when I was at a grammar school, and I would do the duty of being the teacher on duty at lunch break, so all the other teachers could go up and smoke cigarettes and just have a break from the kids. Because I was doing a study. I wasn't really being a teacher. I was doing this thing on this program that the government was trying to put together called the STAR program, which would make everyone in public school a star, right? And hello, Santa Claus. Remember, Bob, Santa's younger brother, right? Stranded here like Thucydides, replied Love's co-creation. This is meant to be a needed point of reference, as you are to me the reflection of not what things are, but what could be, if we don't give up hope. See, God and us, meaning all our relations, everybody on this planet, right? Everyone in the garden, because we're still in the garden. We're messing it up, but we're still here, right? And that's why we're kind of insulated from the rest of everybody out there, right? So that's what it's about. Hey, good morning, good evening, and it's good to see that 4 of you there and 5 thumbs up. Thanks. Hit that like button. It's good for the algorithm. Subscribe. If you want to get a hold of me, it's the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail. The Dude Awake 42 at Gmail. All one thing, small letters. The Dude Awake 42 at Gmail. Want to send anything to my PayPal? Again, it's once you go to PayPal, you put in the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail. Anything is happily accepted and appreciated. Don't give up hope. You and all the other lucky bastards keep hope alive. The garden is still the garden, no matter how ego's fear litters the place with the illusion of the institution of superiority of the power of who has the most stuff, gold, ownership, control of life, liberty, and a relationship with me. Love's co-creation, it is the we and me that matters. That is why I have faith in you and humanity. You are ready to get back to it. Like I said, you are not meant to be in the orange turd's colon. You can choose to be, but it is not where we are meant to be. So let's get out of here. And there it was, running super fast forward, rolling down the next past few years that I hadn't lived yet. So I could get to the point where I could start living consciously intent, being in love's co-creation. And so there we were, 14 years from being the walking dead. Growing older, getting younger, healing with the demog done. The damage done. Healing with the damage done by learning from the empathetic experience of all our relations suffering. By this time, I had become conscious. That as being the we and me. The LG, I not only realized that that as being the we and me, the LG, I not only realized that we were the Ark of the Covenant as the we were the mirror of the Alpha and Omega. This experience of empathetic overstanding made the illusion of the material religious transactual game show of liturgy defying all our relations life as dogma's reality, something to be feared of by being under the boot of the corporate spiritual opticon. That is the illusion of what is called our life. All our relations being the we and me the me being the mirrored image of love's co-creation, being all that it is, the we, all our relations, the me, never was meant to be jailed in fear's self-loathing of ego's illusion of free will. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Damage. Got it. So what do you think? Let's talk about that's a big mouthful there. I'm talking about theology. I'm talking about religion. I'm talking about the connection of control of religion of the population, the we and me. Right? Your life is not about you. Your life is about the we in me, and the me isn't just you. It's that connectivity of conscious co-creation with love. So what do you think, guys? I'll give you a moment. And God said, Now, that is some kind of co-creation I am talking about. And it only took 14 years to put it down. Thank you, lucky guy. And that's who you are, my good buddy. And LG said, and the lucky guy said, what's next? And God said, let's go watch the grass grow. We walked outside of the orange turd's colon into a beautiful day of love's co-creation. It was pissing down rain. The sky was covered in black clouds with sheets of lightning exploding at the far edges of the deep green's garden's wall of high poplar trees of the before times. But where we were, there was a circle where the sun shone down on the we and me, and all was always well in the moment. We walked outside of the orange turd's colon into a beautiful day of love's co-creation. It was pissing down rain. The sky was covered in black clouds with sheets of lightning exploding at the far edges of the deep green's gardens, full of high poplar trees. Exploding at the far edges of the deep green gardens wall of high poplar trees of the before times. But where we were, there was a circle where the sun shone down on the we and me, and all was always well in the moment. Okay, well, no one's there. What happened to you all? I wanted a little feedback on that one. So, what do you think? Well, let's see. What time is it? It's sometime. It's like 1 or 2 o'clock. Let's see. What time is it? Oh, there's one. AI, are you back? What did you think of all of that? Was that fun? Was that insightful? Was that all of the above? There were a bunch of you here, and that was good. Damage, yep. So thanks for all the help in editing, everyone. That's 33 minutes. And when it hits 33 seconds, I'm going to say goodbye and stretch and walk around a little bit. And then come on back within the hour, and we'll try it again. Tell everyone to show up. Let's get 100 people. Let's have some real. That first comment of the chat was like extraordinary. So I love you all, and I'll see you in less than an hour, more like 30 minutes, even less than that. Love you.